One of the best duos in the league. Bo Nix here in his sophomore season, but you're like sophomore going on grad school and a PhD, I feel like. I don't even know that you had a chance to be a rookie in this league, Bo Nix. We have Courtland Sutton, freshly played, smiling ear to ear. You guys looked amazing out there today. The connection, the chemistry. I'd love to just talk to you guys about what the vibe is in this camp compared, of course, to your first. It's
a lot smoother, I feel like, year two. I know a lot more of what's going on. The huddle operation is much smoother, much better. Just a little bit more confident and, still growing every day. So guys like Courtland and, we got a lot of vets that have played a lot of ball games on our side of the field. And then we got some new guys that are learning it like I was last year. So it's fun. It's a fun training camp. We're excited for year two. A lot to come.
Courtland, I'm sure, when I talked to you last year, you barely knew this gentleman, but you were so confident that he's the guy. Like, I knew it sitting with you and Pat. Now that you've had a year of the Bo Nix experience, what is something that you didn't know about him last time we chatted?
Something I didn't know about Bo, man.
Or something you've seen pop off.
I think I underestimated how smart he is. I know that I kept saying that he was a very smart individual on and off the field, but like he's very mature and knowledgeable beyond his years on and off the field. I learned a lot from him in the mornings, getting to have conversations with him in between plays, on the sideline, even in the huddle. There'll be times where something happened and he's like, all right, next time we get into this, we're gonna do it like this. And it's like just those little things, for a guy that's going into his second year, for him to have that awareness, man, it's amazing to be able to pick his brain on certain things.
Do you guys let him be a young quarterback at all? Like, I almost feel like poor Bo.
I don't have time for that.
I was gonna say you didn't get any.
We can't be a young quarterback.
There's so much put on your plate last year. You absolutely crushed it. Congratulations on the season. How would you describe the chemistry that you two have right now?
Well, it's there, but it's still growing. I feel really good where we are, but there's still things we have conversations about. There's still looks that we get that we have to go over, and still looks that we get that are new to us. So we know there's going to be a lot of that in the future, but at the same time, we've had a lot of catches together already, and we expect many more, and those just come at practice and through the film room, and then they show up on game day. So all the work has to be done before we get there, or we're not going to continue to grow and develop like we want.
You guys started so fast, like it shot out of a cannon today. I know slow starts. That man over there talking is harping on that big time, especially with you, Courtland. Apparently, what happens in these first 5 minutes of games? What's happening?
Yeah, so Coach came to me and he had his Wheaties this morning, and he came and had a conversation with me about.
Or a day off yesterday.
Something. He's well rested, but we've had our conversation about getting to a faster start, and I know that it's something that we've been aware of. He and I've talked about it. We had a good conversation about it today, and it's just trying to be the best version of myself. As early and often as possible, and as long as possible, and. That's something that we're working on. It's something I continue to try to be better at over the course of my career, and it's something that that now that we're aware of it, we're both gonna work at it.
I saw you get one over on Pat today.
That's my dog.
You too, Bo. You too. No,
that's my dog. We be out here working iron sharpening iron.
Who gets more excited when that happens? I mean, he's the best defensive player in the National Football League, as we know. Do you get more excited, or do you get more excited?
Well, I'm gonna go off the cuff here. I'm gonna say honestly, Pat gets the most excited when that happens, because then he kind of understands that we're not afraid to go over there to his side, and he's the best in the game for a reason. He's really good, but I still feel like we got to attack him and go give him some practice opportunities, give him looks, and that's the only way he's going to continue to get better. I tell him all the time he's got to go back to back. He's got to be the best one again this year, and so he's confident. He plays as well as I've ever seen. He's a great teammate, but I would say it's not shocking when it happens, because we're not afraid to be aggressive and go to his side, but we just want him to get the work. We want him to see those looks, so that when he gets in the game, it's he's not going to see any better.
We love seeing it. I know Coach is obsessed with these slow starts, getting rid of them. We want to start fast, get you guys that Lombardi to put either in that new building or in wherever we're going to put it. What is the number one thing on your list? Like, what are you focused on the most? I saw you out there extending plays. I know that's
the most important is Arizona this week. We got an important preseason game.
Look at my producer shaking his head like you're a perfect quarterback.
Well, quarterback. Well, the thing, if you don't look at this week, you'll miss what the opportunities to come. We got a big practice with them, big game. an opportunity to get on a better start, an opportunity to practice against another physical opponent. But it's just that. It's the next time we get to put on the pads and go play football. And I think that's what that's the best part about our team is we're not prima donnas. We're just excited to go play football the next time, whenever that opportunity presents itself. And for right now, it's tomorrow against each other, and then Arizona will be here. So we got a lot to do this week before we can start worrying about a Super Bowl.
Courtland, why does it make you laugh?
He's spoken like a true starting quarterback. Literally, I think he might be. Somebody got a little card over here. He's reading off the script. No, my dog did. He answered it correctly though. I think that's the same way I would answer it. It's day by day. We just had a really good practice. Got to go in here and break down the film. I'm sure Coach talked to you about the whole importance of the debrief, and that's something that we've been taking a big approach at this training camp, is making sure that we don't allow these opportunities of watching the film and taking each meeting and each walkthrough, each practice as serious as possible, because every step matters. You can't look past one step and sort of get to the next one. You might trip and fall. So in order for us to be able to get to where we want to go, we got to make sure we step on each step and master it as much as we possibly can. So we're going to go in here and watch this film from practice so that we can get ready for tomorrow.
Spoken like one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League.
I don't know where I like the narrative that we had a good practice, but I wasn't necessarily too excited with it today. But that's just probably
what about it? What's on your
list?
A
true starting quarterback.
What's your list of ticked off
well,
things?
I just I felt like for starting from me, the energy could have been better today, but I just got to do my job better, and until it's perfect, it's not done well enough. So
fair enough.
We're excited just to be able to learn and grow together. We got a good football team, but we don't want to just be talk. We're going to hear that enough. We want to go out there and actually be a good football team. So it doesn't happen by accident.
Coach and I talked about how he takes the quarterback's plays, your favorite plays, and he sort of tries to incorporate them or use them as education, see what you guys value as he's putting so much on your plate. Courtland, I want to know the play that you like to go up to Bo and say, get this in the playbook, get this on that list that Coach Payton gets. What's the play?
It's really week to week. Week to week, depending on the scheme that we're going up against. Bo and I have these conversations. I might send him a little text, or like when we get in on Monday after a game, or early Wednesday, we'll have a conversation and go through like the install and say, okay, we like this play right here. Like, we got to make sure that this makes it through the week and it doesn't get shot down over the course of the few days. But it just kind of all depends. But he and I, we just try to master as many of the plays as we possibly can. 'Cause at the end of the day, we as the receivers, tight ends, running backs, we run the play that he comes into the huddle and calls. He has to run the play that Coach calls to him in his headset. And so if we're prepared for whatever he calls in that huddle, then we can go out there and master it to 100%. That's ultimately the whole goal, is to make sure that we're ready for whatever he calls. But I wouldn't say there's like one play that we're like, we must get this in. We're just trying to be the best we can at each play.
And the chemistry is a big part of that. I was watching, and I was really looking, because I was seeing a lot of deep balls, not like to Mims, not like today, and I was like, where's Courtland in explosive place? And you're third. There's Justin Jefferson, there is Jamar Chase, and then it is you. And then I started, of course, I was literally on the sideline, sorry, not watching a lot of practice. I was looking at like highlights from last year, and you throw the ball, you're so run, like the timing, the trust. Like, you guys have a lot of faith in each other. Can we be number one this year? Is that the goal?
Well, it always goes back to, our practice habits, and he practices every day. He never gets, doesn't take any days off. We connect a lot in practice. We make sure we get the reps against a good opponent in practice, and I think that's what kind of translates in the game is our practice habits and going against elite competition on defense. We've seen different techniques that we can attack, and we discuss a lot, so that we may get 2 or 3 reps in one rep. Just, hey, if they do this next time, we're going to do this, or we'll counter it by this, whatever. And he's very football smart enough to know advanced stuff, so we can talk in a kind of a deeper language that allows us to go out there and see many looks, really by getting one look at it. So that's all it is taking practice to the game, and we're always going to continue to try for even more explosives. Not really worried about a list, but just for our team to be more explosive.
I met Pat Bryant in the offseason, rookie, making Courtland smile. We love to see it. He said that you guys, it hadn't happened yet back in April, but you guys were planning on doing some sort of off-season chemistry activity. What do you guys end up doing?
Well, we had a little trip. We had the guys, all go to the same spot. We hung out. We had a bunch of meals together, and it was just the time spent together that, you don't really get unless you plan for it, unless you're very intentional about it.
Whose idea was that?
It's kind of a thing. I would say probably every team has a little throne retreat at some point. It's pretty big at this point.
Very secretive, though. Usually, I'm hearing about the jet skis in Minnesota, and I'm hearing about Drake Maytag. You guys are being a little hush. What is this place? Is this like a Discovery property Sean sent you guys to? Like, what are we talking about?
No, it's if the thing is if I let it know, then it's out, and everybody will have media there next year.
And then Sean McVay will be there trying to get trade for you or something.
we want, and that's the thing. We want a nice private experience. We don't want it to be loud and make it this big ordeal. We just want guys being themselves, and we don't want anything bigger than that. So it's that's how you get to know guys. That's how you really get to see, this guy, he's got a great personality. This guy, he can do this. This guy, he's funny. He's got these qualities, and that's how you see it. Because some guys, they get caught up in practice and meetings, and you never really get to see that side of them. So that's the fun part of the off season, when you get to hang out.
Courtland, how easy is it to say this is the best defense in the National Football League?
I mean, I know Bo said we don't talk about lists and numbers and stuff, but I mean the numbers show that the guys played. They performed really, really well last year, and we added some really good pieces to that defense. And based upon what we've been able to go against at practice, they're practicing their butt off. They're giving us really good looks. They're making it hard on us. We're making it hard on them, and it's fun to be able to do that, because when we get the chance to go against what was arguably one of the best defenses last year, every day at practice, they're making us better, and we get a chance to go make them better. And
they're better now.
And they're freaking flying around out there. They're flying around at every position, from the D-line to linebackers to the secondary. Everybody out there is out there making plays. And I think another thing that I can't remember if we talked about it, but the depth of our defense is amazing. We got a lot of really good guys that may not be starters, but are out there playing their butts off. And it's fun to see that, because everybody's getting good looks, not just the starters. The 2s, 3s, everyone's getting good looks. And ultimately, our team is getting molded really, really well right now. We're in that hot press right now, and boys out there really getting a lot of really good reps. And it's fun to see. It's fun to be a part of. It's fun to come to work every single day knowing that we're going to get really good quality reps.
Tough division, as we know. I would just love to know from each of you. And by the way, the defense getting so much love. Does that work on you guys at all? Does it bother you? No?
No, they earned it.
Do you guys want to be more under the radar? Because I feel like this offense was top 10 last year also.
Well, I love when they talk about our defense, because that means our defense is going to be really good. I'm never going to complain about having a great defense.
I wouldn't listen to what people talk about, though, Bo. People don't know what they're talking about. Jahdae Barron, when you said guys were flying around, is that who came to mind?
Yeah, 1,000%.
He's unreal out there right
he's
now.
Out there making plays. He's out there. It's funny, during OTAs, they started getting out there, and you look out there and you're like, daggone, they only got one linebacker out there? It's DBs all over the place. You're trying to make sure you account for all of them. You're trying to figure out who you got to block in the run game, who Bo and the guys are going to wind up miking with them having so many DBs out there. And, it's cool to see the different looks that they can give an offense based upon the talent level that we have in that secondary. Man, I'm talking J-Mac to Riley Moss, Pat, Huff, Brandon Jones, PJ Locke, I just said Jahdae, right? Jahdae.
Coach said Jahdae's, or he agreed with me that he's the joker of the defense.
They got so many guys over there.
It's impressive to see him be able to play many positions already.
Yeah. I feel like you were just a rookie a day ago.
Last one
for you guys. This RJ Harvey thing. Fans wanted. It's a very got to earn his stripes. Courtland, as a young veteran on this team who knows Coach Payton better than maybe everybody on this team, what does he have to do? What does he have to do to move up that depth chart and be handed the keys to the kingdom?
Shoes, go to work every day. RJ's been working his butt off since OTA, since he got drafted and since he showed up. He's been working his butt off, and he's a very quiet individual, but he's so willing to learn. And I've always said that about young guys. Young guys that come in, if you're willing to learn and you work hard, you'll have a really good chance of being able to play for Coach. And I think that's something that can translate to any other team. But just speaking about Coach in particular, if you're a young guy that can learn, listen, and go out here and play really hard, you have a really good chance of being out there, go play for him. And that's something that that he does really, really well. The guy runs the ball really hard, and he practices really hard. And those are things that are going to allow him to get the reps that, earn more reps, I should say.
Courtland, what happened to this coach? Last year, we talked playoffs, and I felt like it was like, ooh, like let's temper ourselves, like in general. And now he's out here. You're top 5. You guys are Super Bowl team. Like what has happened to coach?
Man,
or what did you guys do to get that out of coach?
Yeah. I would say you got to speak it into existence, but at the end of the day, both said it best. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done. We have, I don't know how many more practices of training camp that we have, but we have a lot of work that we still need to work on and still continue the latest foundation going into this season so that we can ultimately get the best 53 to go out here and go compete this year. And, that's ultimately the main thing. And the main thing, always keeping the main thing. And I would say that is, taking it day by day, getting 1% better each day. And that's all we can control.
But what do you want to do more of this year?
Win games.
There we go.
Just win more games.
Yeah, win more games, we'll be just fine.
Okay, I love it. I mean, do you want to one-up coach on the Super Bowl? I mean, he said he's top 5. Do you want to throw top 3 out there?
Well,
not you, Bo.
Let's
Courtland.
just make sure we're going out there and, we got to, I don't know what I was last year, but.
Well, coach is your top 5.
Listen, I'm glad that I got a coach that believes in us as players
Let's
to
go.
put that stuff out there.
Best
But
of
the good thing about our team is I've said it already before, but we're going to have, guys that continue to show up and work. They're not going to let the noise and the distractions get to them, but they're excited to get out there. And you don't really hear – the Super Bowl kind of goes without having to say it. We're all working for that goal, and you can just kind of see in demeanors of guys and by the way guys show up is that is our goal. And we don't really have to talk about it. We can just go out there and be about it and practice and practice hard, and that's just going to make each other better. And you never know. We could go out there and have a great season, could go out there and have to grow and learn a lot. But we're definitely going to be trying. We're definitely going to work really hard at it.
Look at this terrifying force that's just standing.
Yeah, look at that. Look at him.
But look at him. He's smiling. He's not
Surtain.
even serious.
No, his face was very serious in talking about it. Will you tell me you're a Super Bowl team? Probably, yeah. But you guys are just going to work yourselves into a Super Bowl, at least into contention. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. Thank you for the time, honestly.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having
and
us.
Bo, congrats on everything. And I think, once you're here, it's hard to take those leaps, but I have no doubt about you guys. Courtland, a Super Bowl ring potentially,
There we
a
go.
deep run to the playoffs. Let's go.
Chasing it.
Congrats on the new contract.
Thank you very much.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
Hopefully it'll let you play a little freely.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. Okay, we'll be back after this with Pat Surtain.